Well, 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 what do we have here? Telling you, all the years, I've said it, you probably recognize it, 2012, 13, 14, 15. Each year was just getting a little more kind of exciting, interesting, just stuff. Um, damn it. Damn it, since Trump has been elected, has it not been crazy interesting? And now we got Kavanaugh confirmed, Mr. Supreme Court Justice, very well deserved. Um, and I think it's time to clean house. TheGatewayPundit.com. Deep State FBI and DOJ caught redacting key intel documents that implicate Hillary and the DNC have nothing to do with national security. Now that's quick look surprise because Snippy has told you numerous times throughout the years the whole national security thing is garbage. It's nothing more than the ability to stamp something so nobody could ever see it, nobody being you or me. And when they do that, it has nothing to do with national security and everything to do with covering up their fraudulent activities. Here we have it. What do we have here? Rod Rosenstein. They got a picture of him. Rod Redacting. Yesterday, we reported that Representative Devin Nunes, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, joined Maria Bartiromo on Sunday Morning Futures to discuss the latest developments in the House investigation of deep state spying on the Trump campaign and administration. The, of course, liberal media has completely ignored the shocking revelation that the Obama administration and top officials at the DOJ were spying on Donald Trump during the campaign and after he was sworn into office. Listen, if I'm going to do a dirty deed like that, guys, we got to do everything we can do to not make sure this guy doesn't get elected. While he's campaigning, spy on him. Yeah, but boss, you FISA, just spy on him. Okay. Boss, he made it. Boss, he's the president now. Do you say keep spying? Or do you say, holy crap, stop, start working on the cover-up of what we've just done, and let's just stop all this type of activity? Or, third thing, do you say, oh my God, he's president, let's channel Hillary Clinton's email, if that bastard gets elected, we'll all hang. We're going to be in so much trouble anyways, keep spying, and let's figure a way out of this. That's probably how that went. During the election, top Democratic Party attorney Michael Sussman met with the top lawyer of the Department of Justice to deliver the phony Russian dossier. The DOJ then used this fake political document to spy on Donald Trump and his campaign. Representative Devin Nunes, James Baker, was the top lawyer at the FBI. He reported directly to James Comey. This is his quote. James Baker was the top lawyer at the FBI, and he reported directly to James Comey. Numerous officials at the DOJ and FBI have told us under oath that nobody at the FBI or DOJ knew anything about the Democratic Party being behind the Clinton Russian dossier dirt. Well, now you have one of the top lawyers of the Democrats in the Clinton campaign who was feeding information directly to the top lawyer at the FBI before even the FISA warrant. So now you have absolute proof that wasn't told to the FISA court. So you want your evidence of FISA abuse? There it is right there. People should know it's probably not appropriate for a top lawyer from the Democratic Party to take dirt and give it to the top lawyer of the FBI. Don't forget. Originally, the story from FBI and DOJ was that Republicans had started this information and given this information, and that has been totally blown out of the water. Fired FBI Director James Comey has repeatedly lied about the origins of this anti-Trump dossier. In It says, now we know how badly this was covered up by the deep state, Department of Justice, and FBI. John Solomon from The Hill reports, before you judge, not the judge, but before you judge the DOJ's and FBI's arguments, which are similar to those offered to stop the release of information in other major episodes of American history, from the Bay of Pigs to even 9/11, consider footnote 43 on page 57 of Chapter 3 of the House Intelligence Committee's report earlier this year on Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Until this past week, the footnote really had garnered no public intrigue, in part because the U.S. intelligence community blacked out the vast majority of its verbiage in the name of national security before the report was made public. From the heavy redactions, all one could tell is that FBI General Counsel James Baker met with an unnamed person who provided some information in September 2016 about Russia, email hacking, and a possible link to the Trump campaign. He continues, there is now a concrete story or line backed by irrefutable evidence. The FBI allowed itself to take political opposition research created by one party to defeat another in an election, treated it like actionable intelligence, presented it to the court as substantiated, and then used it to justify spying on an advisor for the campaign of that party's duly chosen nominee for president in the final days of a presidential election. And when, 9 months later, the FBI could not prove the allegation of collusion between Trump and Russia, unverified evidence was leaked to the media to try to sustain public support for a continued investigation. That means the redaction of footnote 43 had more to do with political embarrassment than with national security, and that should concern us all. The redaction cover-up by the corrupt Department of Justice and FBI is damning, per Stealth Jeff on Twitter. And Stealth Jeff says, and they have Jay Solomon reports, roll this out late on a Sunday night. Damn, this weekend is going to be lit. Here's the report on that John Solomon of The Hill is referring to, and the redacted section that was supposedly redacted because national security. He puts a little link up, whatever. Here is a copy of the redacted section of the DOJ and FBI report from the current, corrupt deep state. This is simply another outrageous attempt by the criminals running our Department of Justice to cover up their crimes. Americans knew that the Obama administration was corrupt. Seeing how corrupt is both validating and shocking. These people must be brought to justice. Where is Buford T. Justice when you need him? Out chasing Smokey the Bandit. But if we go to QAnon, are you ready for arrests? Are you ready for some arrests? Speaking on that note, report, this is QAnon now, report Google hid user data breach from public out of fear Congress would take action. Oh, so Google had a massive data breach, didn't want to tell anybody. Yeah, keep your passwords the same, don't bother with anything. This is why, now everybody can't do this, but I have my own website domains, and I have email addresses set up, my own. Sure, I use a Gmail, but I don't use Gmail for my crypto accounts, for anything important at all. They're literally only used for Gmail that I don't use, okay, and my YouTube account, which links to that automatically. That's it. So if my password gets hacked or this and that happens, what do they have access to? Are they going to start uploading videos as JSNIP4? There can only be one JSNIP4, son. But everybody can't do that. So anyways, that's one thing that he just posted. Court order to preserve all data sent to Google. Think Google+, Gmail, etc. Comms cleanup, the more you know, Q. He also says, are the FISA redactions legal? He's got a little screenshot here. FBI smoking gun, redactions, protected political embarrassment, not national security from the Hill. Again, he's linking some of the stuff. So what I just said is exactly what he's talking about now. And he's referring to some older posts that he put out, and where he actually mentioned this to preserve. He says 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 was conceal violations of law, inefficiency, or administrative error. 2, prevent embarrassment to a person, organization, or agency. It was talking about Executive Order 1352-6. Prevent embarrassment to a person, organization, or agency. So he links it over to the side, basically saying that the redaction, because of the presidential executive order, they're going to try to say, well, under that executive order, we redacted this stuff because a person might be embarrassed under the president's executive order. Listen, an executive order is not the law. So you can't bypass the law by creating an executive order that lets you put some little sentence in there. If someone's going to be embarrassed, we can redact stuff, essentially. How stupid. Wall Street Journal, do you believe in coincidences? Google exposed user data, feared repercussions of disclosing to public. Twitter bug sent user direct messages to developers for over a year. Data provided to Democratic Party affiliate to target voters for November 6th election, ? Win at all costs, he says. So in other words, data breach. We gave it to the Democratic Party so that they knew who to call, your contact information, your email. You're gonna get. That's what Q is saying. And Trump still won. He still won. I mean, talk about stacking the deck. And he still won. 113,000 suppressed new views in less than 24 hours. Your voice is spreading. He puts up a link to YouTube. Devin Nunes on Russia probe and FISA abuse, okay? But of course, Anand already knew this. U.S. taxpayers are paying for it all. The Paris Accord, scam, trillions. Red Cross, scam, billions. Foreign aid, scam, trillions. War, scam, trillions, on and on. Who audits where the money actually goes? Who actually receives the money? The U.S. taxpayer is funding the very people we are engaged in taking down. Slush funds everywhere. Think GS pays for Antifa, George Soros pays for Antifa out of his own pocket? That's what he's saying. You think George Soros pays out of his own pocket? Hell no. They use your money against you. The hole is deep. Feel sick yet? Q. That was an earlier post from January 7th, 2018. And then he posts a link to Twitter right now saying, but of course, Anons already knew this. Knowledge is power. Tom Fitton, huge Soros find. Docs show Soros operation and State Department working hand in glove with your tax dollars. At Judicial Watch does the heavy lifting in court to get answers. Links to their article, Judicial Watch. When was this posted? October 8th, 2018. Q wrote what he wrote January 2018. They have it all. He said it. We have it all. We know everything. We have all the data. We knew who all the criminals are. We know everything. These people are stupid, is what he keeps saying. And he's so right, and I'm so glad he's right. Because I'm telling you, you think we've had some interesting times these days? Wait till you start seeing people arrested. None of this crap, we're going to drop charges. Director Comey, former Director Comey, he's done such a good job all the years. He's given tons of public service, and no. Throw the effing book at them. And you make sure when you put them in prison, they're in with the general population. There's no little sweet spot where he gets to hang out even though he's in prison. No. General population. Have a nice day. Maybe you'll see some people in there who are innocent that your sorry ass put in there. You corrupt pigs. Comey and friends, some of these damn Democrats. Democrats playbook midterm. We will impeach Justice K. Zero corroborating evidence and all factual witnesses provided by accuser, all denied allegations, whatever. But of course, Anons already knew Democrats' playbook. Think herd sheep. Think 2/3 Senate vote required to impeach, which is impossible. So, anyways, that little extra cue there, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm telling you. Listen, I don't care if a massive cryptocurrency crash happens, related somehow the deep state related to these criminals, because Trump's going after them, taking them down, and you and I have to experience a huge plummet because they're selling, the deep state's selling cryptos, like panicking. We got to get our assets out of here as fast as possible. The hammer's dropping and it hurts us temporarily. I'll take that temporary pain. I'm serious. I will take some temporary financial pain to see some awesome arrests. Take care.